The WWE Elite Collection 101 Kevin Owens figure from Mattel. This is one of those moments I definitely never expected to see in figure form, yet here we are. And not only that, but that moment led to what I think was probably one of the most fun WrestleMania matches of all time. And yeah, just great to see this in figure form and executed beautifully. Wrestling's Heels and Faces Raven figure from Zombie Sailors Toys. I'm not huge on collecting a lot of the modern retro styled figures. The original Hasbro WWF line is definitely like a probably one of the first lines I actually like collected. But this revival I've kind of picked and choosed, and I'm definitely glad I chose this one. And honestly, for this spot, it was definitely hard to choose between this and the Danhausen, but between the articulation and soft goods here, just an absolutely killer figure. The AEW Unmatched 7 Pac figure from Jazzwares. This is one where not only is the figure just like a super solid figure, definitely one of Jazzwares' best with the AEW stuff, but the 3 head sculpts that reflect the kind of arc for his character during this particular point in time was just an absolute chef's kiss. The Legends of Lucha Libre Fanaticos Wave 2 Ultimo Dragon from Boss Fight Studio. The paint and sculpt on this is insane, especially for a basic style figure, and it almost feels premium. And honestly, once they eventually get to the premium Ultimo Dragon, that figure is probably going to clean house because this thing is insane. The AEW Walmart exclusive Supreme CM Punk figure from Jazzwares. This figure created a lot of buzz for various reasons, all of those earned, but overall it's just a fantastic figure. There's like great face sculpts, great accessories. It's just a fun figure to pose overall. And not only that, but one of the toppers for me was the fact that they finally got the Supreme packaging right to where you can actually just like open it and put the stuff back in. Just good stuff all around. So really fantastic figure. The WWE Ultimate Edition 17 Seth Rollins figure from Mattel. You can hear a stadium of people singing his theme song when you look at this figure. It's beautiful. And honestly, the only superficial thing holding this one back in my list is the fact that this isn't particularly my favorite of his gear. But beyond that, just absolutely spectacular figure. The WWE Ultimate Edition 19 Bianca Belair figure from Mattel. Much like the Seth Rollins figure, this absolutely captures just the vibe and the energy of the wrestler, but I don't know. Obviously, on a superficial level, I absolutely love this gear a lot more. But not only that, like accessories absolutely kill it, especially that jacket, which is just top notch. One of my favorite wrestling accessories of the year, hands down. The ringside exclusive Manoro Suzuki figure from Storm Collectibles. This is really Storm Collectibles doing what they do best, just fully stripped down. Works perfectly for a wrestler, especially one like Suzuki. And just could not distill everything better here. And that's kind of why it is where it is. The WWE Ultimate Edition Amazon exclusive Survivor Series Undertaker and Gobbledygooker 2-pack from Mattel. And this is the height of ridiculousness, kind of swerving from where we were in the last entry, and just, not a set I thought I would ever see. I absolutely wanted this version of Undertaker, certainly in Ultimate Edition form, so that alone sold it. But throw in the ridiculousness of the Gobbledygooker and the egg, and completely sold. The AEW Supreme 3 Penta El Cerro M figure from Jazzwares. There was no way a Penta figure was not making it on this list, especially because we had 3 this year, I believe. And this shows Jazzwares absolutely improving the formula and definitely kind of bringing it to the next level, as the Supremes should. Still not reaching the heights of the Boss Fight entry into Penta figures, but still like the best entry from them to date. And just some really good engineering, great accessories, and just great improvements on the face sculpts. the AEW ringside exclusive, very nice, very evil edition Danhausen figure from Jazzwares. Really just an overall fantastic figure. Spectacular soft goods when it comes to that cape. Pretty much the perfect formula buck-wise for Danhausen. Alternate head sculpts, tons of extra hands. Just really an overall fantastic figure. The WWE Ultimate Edition Coliseum Collection Wave 2 Jake the Snake Roberts figure from Mattel. This is very much the definition of toy dreams coming true for me, as I missed out on the chase version of Jake the Snake Roberts, not last Elite, but Elite Legends, but the one before that, where the chase was this gear. And this makes up for that tenfold. Like Ultimate Edition articulation, the bendy wire Damien, just portraits look pretty much perfect. Like just everything about this figure is fantastic and everything I would have wanted out of a classic Jake the Snake figure. And at number 1, the Legends of Lucha Libre Premium Wave 2 Lady Maravilla figure from Boss Fight Studio. This just absolutely sets a new standard, not just in terms of just wrestling figures, but I think in terms of figures of women or female characters in general. Just the articulation is so fun. It's completely tuned in. The aesthetics are absolutely crisp and on point. The accessories are great. Just one of my favorite figures of the year, bottom line, and we'll talk about more about that in that video. But for here, just like for wrestling figures, I don't think I've had more fun with a wrestling figure than this one, and that's impressive because this one came out towards the beginning of the year, and as great as some of these are and as amazing as they are, this one just absolutely takes the number 1 spot. So there it is, my top 13 wrestling figures of 2023. So let me know, what are your top 10, top 13, top whatever wrestling figures of the year? Did we have any crossover? Do you have any lines that I didn't cover, or perhaps have not been in my periphery that I should probably be on the lookout for next year? Either way, I'd love to hear from you, because this is a fun list to do. I usually only do the top 10 figures, so doing the actual specific wrestling version was definitely a nice way to kind of flesh this out and kind of give some attention to some other figures that make up a very large part of my collection that I usually don't highlight in such a specific way. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I hope you found this informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, etc. But mostly, I just hope you come back, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, of course, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's talk some more toys. Let's just escape the world for a while. And yeah, let's just talk some more wrestling and wrestling figures. So ultimately, I just hope that you are well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.